Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone who is catching this on the replay. And seems kind of silly to say hello to everyone who's catching it live because nobody's joined yet. But hi to everyone catching this on the replay. I decided to do this as a live stream simply because the last time I recorded a video, it did not record. Even though it said it was recording, it was nowhere to be found in my recordings. It's the second time something strange like that has happened to me. I think it might be the device. It could be Mercury retrograde. Who really knows? We have Mercury retrograde going on for one more day before Mercury stations direct. So I'm just doing this as a live stream. That way we know at least whoever was able to catch the live stream will get it. And hopefully it will process. My live streams usually do, so everybody will have an opportunity to view this. And not just, I know that the new moon in Virgo is tomorrow as I'm recording this, the 14th of September. But if you're finding this after the 14th of September, these energies are still relevant. We feel the energies, we acutely feel the energies of a new or full moon for 3 days, the day before, the day of, and the day after. But we really are within the energies for the next 2 weeks as we move from the next major phase to the next. So new to full, full to new. So we are really going to be working with these energies definitely for the remainder of Virgo season and onward until we experience our next full moon. Hello, Jody. Hello, Shayra. Wonderful to see you both. Welcome, everybody. Hop in and say hello when you get here in the chat. We're going to wait for it to fill up a little bit before we really get going here. And those watching the replay, just bear with us. Sometimes I timestamp, a lot of times I don't, but that little, if you click on the right hand side of the screen really fast, it begins fast forwarding. So for anybody who's watching this on the replay and doesn't want to hear this beginning part, just kind of like fast forward. But there's always good stuff that pops up in everything that we're talking about when we do these as live streams. Remember, nothing happens by accident. We are all connected. And so even the little chats and the things that we talk about before we really get going with the live stream and the subject matter, really diving into it, there's a relevance to it. And a lot of times you'll see, if you watch the entirety of these live streams, how some of the stuff that we were talking about in the beginning shows up later in the reading when we get into that portion. Hello, Sarah. Welcome, beautiful. Welcome, Danielle. Yes, yes, yes. And happy new moon to everyone. We are, as we said, within the pinnacle of the energies, day before, day of, day after. This is going to be a really powerful, hello, Carolina, really powerful new moon. I'm really excited to be talking about these energies with all of you. And they are, it's not really new energy here. We've been talking about this in the last couple live streams that we've done, dealing with the 9/9 portal, dealing with the energies from that blue moon in Pisces, moving straight through into this. It's all a continuation of energies. How did everyone feel with the 9/9 the other day? And remember, like we said, it's not necessarily, because it is like a continuum of energy. If you didn't feel anything too intense or noteworthy on the 9/9 itself, it's more about paying attention to how you're feeling as you move through the days, right? Because this energy is working on us before the 9/9, and it's working on us after as well, and it's bringing up things within us for release, for healing, and we are integrating as well. So it's not necessarily, a lot of times I think we expect like these big events, but that's not how this process really goes at all. It's much more subtle than that. And so for people who don't necessarily experience the energy in a massive way, don't feel like you're missing out or like you're doing anything wrong. A lot of times I used to, in the beginning of my ascension process, like in 2020, sometimes the portals, I would feel the energy so strongly, it would literally knock me over. And there were times when I was really worried about, like, how am I going to go to work today? Like, how am I going to even function? Because I would get dizzy. I would have to sit down. Sometimes I would feel like I was getting vertigo. My heart would palpitate. There was a lot that I experienced. And fortunately, that doesn't happen anymore. I think my body has acclimated more to the energies. But it was like that for a while. And now it's a lot of times if I didn't remember to sit and meditate or do something, it would feel just like any other day to me. But I notice a continuum of energies. And yeah, Sophie, welcome, beautiful, by the way. I would agree with that. the sleep has been a bit elusive the last couple days as well. So definitely relating to that energy, exhaustion and lack of sleep. Yep. 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 Yeah. Oh, powerful. That's powerful, Danielle. So that's right on time with the energies there, deep purging and releasing going on. Oh, happy birthday, Clown Atlas. That's beautiful. I love it. Yeah. Energy is fantastic. Dreams are more vivid. Now that you turn off your cell phone and your watch at night, that's interesting. Yeah. That's something that I really need to get better of getting in the habit of doing is turning on. I used to turn my phone on airplane mode when I slept at night. Turning off any technologies that you have and definitely turning off the internet is a really good idea when we're sleeping for many reasons, but definitely as well. So we don't have that interference and we are able to have deeper, more restful sleep, better dreams. There's just so much that goes on with that. Yeah, Sophie, Sophie, you feel the energies so acutely all the time. Ground, sister. Oh, all right. I think we got a decent amount of people here right now for the live stream. So I think we are going to start getting into the meat of this here. I have until about 1:30, so my time. It's 12:12 right now, my time, actually, interestingly enough. So really good timing there as we get ready to dig into this here. Especially working with a moon on the Virgo Pisces axis, right? Pisces being the 12 number of the zodiac, Virgo being the 6, right? 6 times 6, or not 6 times 6, but 6 times 2 is 12. So yeah, I like that energy for us. Another fun number for us as we're working with this. So we have this new moon in Virgo occurring on the 14th of September, depending on where you're located in the world. Here in my corner of the world, 14th of September at 22 degrees of Virgo. And the 22 is cool because this is a master number. All right. So, and we have been, for those of you who've been catching the live streams, hello, Galactic Elf, welcome. We have been working with that energy of mastery, right? We talked about that with the 9/9 portal energies, that energy of mastery, and some area, whether it's mind, body, spirit, mental, emotional, physical, that we're being called into a deeper level of mastery as we move through this portal and this energy. And so having this new moon at a master number really solidifies that and enhances the energy of that. Working with all of the nuances of the number 22, the 2 a big energy. We've seen all those 2s that were coming through. I've been seeing a lot of 4s today. That's been the number that's been kind of on my in my realm lately, as I've been moving through today, has been a lot of repeating 4s, but that 2 energy as well, right? We've had that coming up a lot. And Rising Phoenix Aurora will relate the 2 energy to the Divine Mother, Divine Father, to that energy, the masculine and the feminine. And it is the energy of duality, right? So we have a lot of beautiful energies with that. I love when we come into the 3 energy, right? Where the 2 unite together to create and birth the 3rd energy, that beautiful Christ consciousness energy, that beautiful creational energy. But the 2 is a big number, and I'm feeling it right now as balancing and reconciling the polarities within us. That's one of that. Ooh, yeah. That is one of the energies of this new moon and what it is asking us to do. And remember, when we have a new moon, we have the sun and the moon conjunct in the sky. And what do we think of? We think about the sun as our masculine and the moon as our feminine. Although some people actually kind of swap those energies around, which is really interesting. Some people consider the lunar energies the masculine and the solar energy as the feminine, which is just another really interesting way to view energies. The feminine being the light and the masculine being the darkness, and not in a negative way, right? That organic darkness. So whichever way you look at it, we've got these 2 energies, the masculine and the feminine. We've got all of the dualities within us that are asking, Just a small thing, just all the dualities within us asking to be reconciled, asking to be balanced out. So really incorporating whichever side of our essence it is, the light or the dark, right? That is calling for attention, that is calling to be embraced, that is calling to be integrated and united with the whole. We have the master moon of 22 degrees. I'm calling it a master moon because it's at that 22 degree point. It's also at a Capricornian degree. 22 degrees being a degree that is lorded over, we could say, or connected to Capricorn type energy. So once again, we see that energy of mastery and this energy of responsibility. I'm going to read off to you some of the major aspects that we have going on here. And then I'm going to summarize it for you because they all break down to mean a very similar thing here. So we have this new moon opposing Neptune retrograde in Pisces. All right, so we got the sun and the moon up here in Virgo. Then we have Neptune directly across at, I don't believe it's exactly 22 degrees. I think we're a few, let me take a look here, exactly 26 degrees. All right, but still within that opposition range in the sign of Pisces. We also have a grand Earth trine going on here between Pluto and Capricorn, the sun and moon in Virgo, and Uranus and Taurus. And Jupiter and Taurus is within range of Uranus, but I'm not really feeling it as closely connected in with this grand trine, but it is kind of radiating some of its energy there. So there is like an aspect of connection, but it's over there at 15 degrees. It's not quite as in this as we do as Pluto, Uranus, and the sun and moon in Virgo. But we've got all of this energy going on, bringing this really powerful connection of energies that is allowing us to bring all of this higher spiritual wisdom, these revelations, this transformation, this transformative energy to really, it's assisting us in the alchemy. It's assisting us in transforming whatever aspect of us is ready to transform, to shift, right? With this higher awareness, this higher knowledge being brought in by Uranus, right? These powerful transformative qualities of Pluto. And really bringing this, it's like bringing all of that, those powerful downloads, those powerful shifts, this high voltage energy, grounding that in. Remember, with these earth signs, we're grounding in, right? Grounding that in within the consciousness, right? The sun and the moon representing our external, right? Our ego identity, and then our deeper identity, our deeper emotional nature, our instinctive, our more hidden nature, right? Really grounding this new awareness, this new sense of being into the consciousness and into the physical world as well. So there's like a powerful integration here, a powerful transformation on a soul level that is occurring. All right. And remember, both Pluto and Uranus are retrograde, as is Neptune, as is Saturn, who is opposing Mercury, who is stationing direct tomorrow. So during the new moon in Virgo, Mercury will be stationing direct in the sign of Virgo in an opposition to Saturn, retrograde in the sign of Pisces. We also have Chiron, who's the secondary ruler of this moon. So Mercury is the ruler, being the ruler of Virgo, but the other ruler of Virgo, as I recognize it, is Chiron. And so Chiron is within range of a conjunction with the North Node and an opposition to the South Node. And when I say within range, I mean it's like 7 degrees away, but I'm really feeling it within the energies of that. Chiron also in retrograde in the sign of Aries. So we have just all of this energy here. We have Venus and Leo squaring Jupiter and Taurus. And we have that... we have Chiron in that conjunction with the North Node, loosely opposing Mars in Libra. And Mars is on the other side, a little bit out of range. Mars is at 12 degrees. So Mars is within opposition to Chiron, but not really so connected with the the south node. They're kind of on opposite sides, if you will, with the nodes being over here at 25 degrees. We have the nodes at 25. We have Chiron at 18. All right. And then we have Mars over here at 12. But you can see there's a pattern here, right? And this pattern is very much, and we talked about this in some of the live streams that we've had so far. The pattern is that of taking responsibility, energetic responsibility. In order to be sovereign, we must first we have to own our energy, right? And so that's what this new moon, and we've been having an opportunity to do this over the last 2 weeks, even more longer than that, really, but really highlighted over these last 2 weeks. And now that's really coming to a powerful climax. All right, the choices and decisions that we're making around that, the ways that we are stepping into and owning our energy, taking responsibility for our energy, taking responsibility for our manifested reality, for our actions, our reactions, the choices and their consequences. And when we are able to do this, we are then able to really begin to create any change that we wish to see in our reality. Until we take responsibility, until we own up to the fact that we are the creators of our own reality and embrace everything that entails, we really can't make any movement, any constructive movement forward. All right. And that's what this energy is all about. Remember, new moons are about initiating, they're about creating, they're about manifesting. So it's like, what are we going to take with us? How are we going to move forward? That's what this energy wants us to know. And it's giving us a really great opportunity to do that. But there's going to be a push-pull here. There's going to be an energy here where we see this acted out in many of these aspects in the chart during this new moon, where it's sort of like we feel like there's a conflict between our wants and our needs, right? What do I want in this situation versus what do I need? All right. And what we want, we're going to be seeing how very oftentimes some of the things that we want may not be what's in our highest good, may not be what's in our best interest or the best interest of others. And so it's like very Saturnian in a way, this energy, right? And it's, of course, with that Capricornian degree, it makes sense, right? With the ruler of this moon, one of the rulers of this moon in opposition to Saturn, it makes sense here that that energy of like having to prioritize and having to understand that sometimes we have to sacrifice what we want in order to focus on what we need. All right. We have to look at the big picture and we have to be willing to make the sacrifices that are necessary. And, I wish I could say this is a fun-filled moon, but there's a serious nature to this. But everything that's being asked of us is for our highest good. And it's to help us get where it is that we want to go. It's to help us to learn. It's to help us to grow. It's to help us to move forward. And these are, of course, the lessons that Saturn is always trying to teach us. And we've talked a lot about this energy of Saturn, particularly in the sign of Pisces, asking us to take responsibility for our energy. We've talked a lot in some of the other live streams that we've done working with this energy of Virgo season as well, and Virgo energy, and about the importance of creating those structures and those routines that are going to allow us to be successful as we move forward. All right, so that's another focus of this energy as well. And really looking at where it is that self-care has been factored into that routine. With this full moon, or this new moon rather, as well, we have a powerful energy of karmic conclusion here. And we talked about this once again with the 9-9, right? Which we're still within the energies of these powerful karmic closeouts. And we can see that with Chiron here interacting with the nodes. We can see that with Saturn, who is known to have a karmic influence, as well as Pluto. All right, there's a lot of energies here that are really pointing to this energy of this is like wounds that are lifetimes and lifetimes old that are finally getting the chance to heal. Old toxic patterns that are lifetimes old that we're finally getting the chance to put to bed, to put to rest. So it's a really beautiful, powerful energy if we're willing to step into it. All right. This is very much an energy of purging. It's an energy of purification. Remember, what is Virgo energy? What is the ultimate aim of Virgo energy? Is to live up to its greatest potential, right? Virgo energy is always fine-tuning itself, always perfecting itself, always wanting to be better, to do better, to know better, and to act upon that. And that's the key. That's the energy here. It's not just about knowing better. It's about acting upon that. We have Mercury stationing, just turning direct. So all of that energy as Mercury retrograde caused us to rethink things, to reprioritize, to really mull things over in our minds. And if you haven't checked out the Mercury retrograde video, definitely go ahead and do that as well. I'm 99.9% sure that I did a Mercury retrograde video. Somebody let me know in the chat, confirm that, but I pretty much always do. So I'm fairly certain that there is a Mercury retrograde video. So go ahead and check that out for more details on it. But it's like everything that Mercury helped put into perspective for us, everything that the rest of these retrograde planets are continuing to put into perspective for us, we're now being asked to act upon, or to prepare ourselves to act upon the deeper truths that are being revealed to us. And remember, we said some of these truths were going to be hard truths. It wasn't all going to be stuff that we wanted to look at, but it's stuff that we need to look at. And some of this, as far as the actions go, the actions that we need to take are going to become more and more clear as we begin to move out of retrograde season, and especially once we move through eclipse season. So by the end of the year, like there's still like a little bit of an energy here through September and October where things are like that point of action is going to show up for people as we move through feel like mid-October through December. All right. So if you're not there yet, if you're like, okay, stuff's becoming clear, but I don't really know what to do yet, then Spirit's saying, when in doubt, just focus on what, like, if you don't know what to do, or you feel like you can't do something, focus on what you can do. Focus on what's right in front of you. And a lot of times that is just focusing on healing the self, caring for the self, all of those energies that have come up multiple times, you know, working with that energy of self-care, self-love. All right, let's see. Check through the chat here for a minute. Hello, Eternal Light. Massive energy came in last night, UK time. Felt so queasy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you've seen all kinds of numbers. I love that, Sophie. More is getting ready to be revealed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, Sarah. Your dream there. Sarah says, I was dreaming of being on a planet similar to ours, standing next to a version of the West Coast beach. Something is getting ready to happen in the next 2 weeks or so. Yeah. Yeah. And we talked about in the live stream, I think it was the first live stream we did for the 9/9 portal, the energies of some of the negative timelines that they are trying to bring to fruition here. I also want to say hello to Reiki by Emma here. Hello to Caroline. And how we are not consenting to those, right? Trying to bring back different restrictions, different mandates, different things like that in some countries, trying to push certain substances on people again. And we know that all the dark, nefarious agendas around that. And so we talked about the importance of not consenting to that. All right. The importance of standing in our sovereignty. As we're talking about this, it feels to me like there's a possibility, there's a huge energetic potential here. And there are like the negative factions, we could say, out there are attempting to utilize this energy in order to create negative timelines and feed their negative agendas. But there's also a great potential for us to utilize this energy for for something good, for something beautiful, to merge into an even higher timeline. And so let's focus on that, right? Let's bring that about. Let's just know that our responsibility is to hold the light and stand in our sovereignty, right? And that means protecting our choices, protecting our right to make choices for our own physical bodies, right? For our own mental, emotional, spiritual health. Really standing strong in our sovereignty around that, being that example for others. But knowing that we're also in the midst of creating something beautiful. I feel like and this is what happened in 2020, right? There were these diabolical schemes as far as what the vid was supposed to do, right? And that all backfired. And instead of these horrible negative timelines for humanity, like, the awakening got even stronger and more people woke up, right? It activated far more people. It actually did the opposite of what it was intended to do. And so we have another opportunity in an even more powerful sense to utilize this next attempt at a darker timeline in order to awaken even more people and activate people even more deeply. So I think that's really beautiful, and that's really exciting that I'm feeling that potential as well. Oh, Sophie, I love that. Sophie said she imagines green light emanating from her heart and she sends it out to the world. And then she sees the green light come down like rain to heal everyone and Mother Gaia herself. That is gorgeous. I love that, Sophie. Yes, people do stuff like this. This is the kind of stuff. It seems so simple, right? But it's so incredibly powerful, sending that healing to the planet, to all the people on this planet. Yeah, I love it. I love it. We are so powerful individually and we are so powerful together. Mhm. I love you all so much. You are so powerful. You are so incredible. Hello, Eliza. Hello, Annika. I really feel the possibility of creating these higher timelines is so beautiful right now. Mm. And I think Reiki by Emma, it's sometimes we get caught up in the words and the labels that we put on things. I guess it all depends on your understanding of what is a demon and what is an angel when we're creating these labels and things like that. I would say that any beings that I work with, I always ensure that I call upon benevolent. The word benevolent is the most key word when I'm working with entities and energies. You know, I work strongly with the archangels, the benevolent archangels. Do I believe that there were energies or entities with that? Perhaps you would have called them angels as well. Some of the entities that went in to create to create the what some of us call the archons, these dark force entities, that we discuss much more deeply in the What is Going On Here, the AI Inverted Matrix live stream that I did. All right, there are entities that perhaps were angelic in nature, that gave up their light, gave up their love light, their source light, and merged with this emptiness, this darkness that was consuming, that had no intelligence, what that simply existed to consume and was consuming universes and planets. It merged with this and became what we call the archon, what we call the it, what we call the AI, artificial intelligence. this virus, this darkness. And there are many, many, many different types of beings that are now in league with this and working with this energy, for this energy. There are many different types of dark entities out there. All right. Just as there are many types of light entities out there, what we would say call light. And so what we want to do is ensure that when we are interacting with entities, we are interacting with the benevolent ones. We are shielding ourselves. Always shielding is so important. 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds like a countdown to me, Sophie. That's what it feels like to me. So it's all about understanding that. I mean, remember also that how do I want to say this? When we are in a place of darkness, we attract darkness. You know what I mean? The dark, unhealed, wounded parts of us attract this energy, right? It's like my internal world is reflected outwardly. All right. And so if I'm in a dark place, if I have this darkness within me that's been unaddressed, that's unhealed, then I am sending out that signal, and I am a matching vibration to other low vibrational energies. And so I may have more interactions with low vibrational energies. And remember also that when we experience a trauma, when our vibration and our energy is lowered, it gives an opportunity for these dark entities to attach themselves to us, to infringe upon our energy. And so most of us are walking around with all types of dark attachments. You would be shocked now that those of you who follow this channel know that I offer entity removal sessions now, as well as quantum healing sessions, hypnosis, past life regression sessions that also include entity removal as an aspect of the session. So I've had many of these sessions done on myself. I've done them for many people. And my teacher and my peers, or whatever you would call them, have done this on thousands of people. And the average person has so many of these attachments, you would be astounded. And some of them are carried on from past lives. Some of them happen within this lifetime. And so it's important to begin addressing these, to begin healing them. And there's lots of different ways to do this. As we naturally begin to heal and raise our vibration, we become inhospitable, and eventually some of these entities just simply cannot exist in our energy any longer. A lot of them hang in there pretty good though, and that's why some type of entity removal session is really helpful. And it's layers, just like anything else. Like it's pretty rare, at least in my experience so far, to be able to completely clear somebody in one session, because like I said, this is lifetimes and lifetimes of stuff that we've accumulated, different attachments, different things like that. And when we have that creates a space within our energy that can still be matching vibration to more of this energy. You know what I mean? And so it's like a constant, I don't really want to say a constant battle, but it's constant upkeep. Energetic upkeep is necessary. Where can you learn more about the entities? Sarah, did you watch the live stream that I did on the AI inverted matrix? That would be my first recommendation. You can also check out, if you check out Rising Phoenix Aurora's Rumble channel, she talks a lot about the archons and what they are and the energy there. A lot of these, so there are the archon energies, as we call them. There's also all sorts of other different entities and consciousnesses. A lot of them are different types of aliens. There are just as many dark aliens out there as there are positive aliens, probably, right? And so there are certain races of reptilians, certain races, most of the races of the grays, it would seem, just different entities like that are linked in with this and sort of working, most of them connected in some way to the dark agenda of these archonic entities. There are also what some people would call like demonic type entities. There's all kinds of them. And there's all kinds of other ones too that are just different levels of, some of them are relatively benign and just parasitic in nature. Some of them are more devious and malevolent in nature. But the thing to understand is this. They are all parasitic in the sense that they are feeding off of our light and our energy. So what does that tell you? That tells you that we are the most powerful factor in this equation, because if we were not, like, something doesn't feed off of something that is lesser than them, right? All right, we are the most powerful. And if you think about the fact that so many of us walk around with tons of these attachments and we're still able to function reasonably well, you know what I mean? And we still have beautiful hearts, and we still love, and we still strive to be better and to heal and to help others. So if you think about all of this beauty that we're still capable of, even with all of this, these parasites, kind of imagine them like fleas, sort of. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially what they are. Um, just think about what that says about the beauty and the power of who and what we are, right? Hmm. Sarah, that's interesting. This mysterious person that you met. I'm just reading about that. And I would say, some things are more black and white, when it comes to certain things. Like, for instance, when we talk about the artificial intelligence, the AI, the archon energy, that's pretty black. It's artificial, it's non-organic. It's simply darkness that wishes to consume and control. There's no longer any light within it. In order for something to be more in that gray area, right? To not be black or white, it needs to have both. It needs to have light and darkness, like we do. All right, but that energy has nothing but darkness. And so conversely, I would imagine there are energies that have only light. If it's possible for there to be energies that have only darkness, most are somewhere in the middle. All right, but what we have is a blend of organic light and organic darkness. All right, there's a difference between organic darkness and artificial darkness. And we're still coming to understand just where that original darkness came from. That original consuming darkness. Perhaps it's just the opposing force to that original all consuming, all encompassing light. I don't know. Yeah. And we don't want to put energy in boxes either, but there is a difference when something has no, like we said, clown atlas, when something has no source of light left within it, it doesn't have the opportunity. It can no longer positively polarize. In the work that I do, with the raw Reiki, with the aura hypnosis healing, we positively polarize all entities that have a spark of source love light within them. We assist them in finding that love light within themselves and spreading that so that they can positively polarize. But these archonic energies, these these incredibly dark entities that removed their source love light, they're no longer, they're inorganic. All right, organic beings can always positively polarize. When you become inorganic, there's nothing left that can be done. So those we just neutralize, because there's nothing left for it. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody who is interested in an entity removal session, by all means, please contact me, or anyone else who practices. I would love to dig into that more with you, Sarah. Really, I'm getting very intrigued here. Hmm, very intrigued. Oh, yeah. Not only do many of these entities, Melinda, feed off of the energy of pain associated with chronic illness, but a lot of them cause it. Oftentimes, we can heal chronic illness in people simply by removing these entities. And then, of course, there's the physical aspect that people have to do their part afterwards. But a lot of these entities are actually the root cause, not just feeding off of the illness, but creating it. Not always, but often. Right, exactly, Emma. Where there's light, there will always be darkness. And so that's where this original darkness, it feels almost like it perhaps is simply the counterpart to light. But there was something that happened that created this inorganic darkness, or this AI darkness. That's different. All right, so let's get into the cards a little bit here. Talking about this new moon in Virgo. Clear. Let's get some guidance for this new moon in Virgo. Tell me something, Spirit. What do we need to know? See, we talk about, to get into that a little bit more, where there's light, there will always be darkness. And so in our organic universe, in our organic multiverse, there is organic darkness and there's organic light. And so that is the balance right there, the organic darkness, which is our fierceness. The organic darkness is that part of us that gets fired up, that fights for what is right. It's the protective instinct within us. It can, when we translate down into the lower dimensions, like the third dimension, be like our ego as well, and those sort of lower aspects of the nature. All right, that is natural organic darkness. It is also the energy of the void, right? And then we have, of course, our organic light, which is we all know what our light is, right? And so these forces working in tandem within us, the inorganic darkness is something else. All right, let's see here. Queen of Cups. First card out. Feel into that for a second. I'm noticing the little cupids on top of her throne here. Oh, there's another little cupid down here. Oh, Tower on the bottom of the deck. So for some people, there are revelations around love and partnership. But this is also just us connecting to our heart in a more powerful way. We got the Queen of Swords here too. All right, see this? The way these are back to back here. We've got, this is the heart and this is the mind, the intuition and the logic. And so this new moon is going to show us where these two aspects are at odds within us and how it is that we can get them to work together more synergistically. Because it's through the merging of these two aspects of ourselves that we receive that. Well, honestly, that is the gift in and of itself. Right? The ability to merge these two aspects of the self. This is also like what I'm hearing or seeing right now is that this is about the truth within our hearts that's been revealed to us and having the courage to ask for what it is that we want or need in order to be fulfilled. And Spirit's saying you can have whatever it is that you want or need, but you have to be willing to speak up. You have to be willing to ask for it. You have to be willing to voice your needs aloud, to speak your truth. And this is also like, this can also go forth as far as like, if somebody hurt you, if there's something that you need to communicate to somebody, anything that you need to communicate to somebody about the way that you're feeling or the way that their actions or words impacted you, don't be afraid to do that. And I'm also feeling this energy here of like, somebody wants to give you what you want. It's just they don't know what that is because you haven't verbalized that to them. And yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Emma. This bringing something into awareness, and simply the awareness of it being enough to heal it. All right, we have Judgment coming out. The call to action, right? Once again, we see the no. I'm being drawn to the little lines here that indicate that this trumpet's making noise, right? It's about making noise. Make some noise is what Spirit wants you to know. Somebody's been silent for way too long, and it's time to speak up. Almost has some energy here too that I'm feeling of almost like the Pied Piper kind of an energy. The new moon is tomorrow, Eric. Welcome. Hello, Justine. New moon is the 14th. Yeah, it's almost like somebody here or somebody watching this, once you start speaking your truth, everything falls into alignment. And it's like people hear you. People are hearing you. They're resonating with you. It's activating them. It's awakening them. And it's almost like if you're trying to create a business or you're trying to create a following or you're trying to, you have a mission here. It's like the deeper you step into your truth, speaking your truth, living your truth, and sharing that truth with others, it's like all of that, people start paying more attention. All right. And whatever it is that you're looking for, that you're wanting to create, it starts gaining more traction. This is also the energy of being vulnerable, being willing to be vulnerable. And it's like when you share your personal struggles, the reason you went through those was so that you could assist others, so that you could connect with others. And even less than you connecting with others, it's so others could connect with you. All right. So don't be afraid. You know, it's like there was a period of time where I worked in treatment in the treatment field, substance abuse treatment. And it's just so interesting because the model that they give you is if you're in recovery, you're supposed to not share that with clients, right? Because they talk about the boundaries. It's just like therapists aren't supposed to share their personal experience with clients. All right. But we always found, or I always found that when I did, the way that I was able to connect with people and the way that I was able to help them, it's like that energy was multiplied tenfold because they knew that I understood where they had been, where they were, that I had been there, right? And so everything that I said instantly took on more value. And it's the same with anything. When people know that you've experienced what they're going through, it gives you a whole different level of credibility, you know? Especially people in certain, like for instance, in that example that I shared, right? People who've experienced that, it's like they don't really care what you learned in a book. All right. Like that's not impressive to them. All right. What they want to know is, have you been down in the trenches and pulled yourself back up from there? Because that's what they're trying to do, and so it's like, if you have an experience to share, people are going to hear that, they're going to resonate with that, and that's going to inspire them. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Eternal light. Like you understand exactly what this is. Hello, Stanley. Welcome. So allow some of your personal self, and don't overshare. Like as you guys see, like when I get on here with you guys, I'll share some of my personal self. I don't share everything that's going on with me. Like there are some lines, right? There is an energy of oversharing. You have to know how to do it. All right. You don't want to overdo it. You want to share just enough without giving away too much of yourself. All right. And you have to be able to feel out who to share with and how and when. All right, because it's going to vary from person to person, situation to situation. But the more you can open up about your struggles, the more people are going to relate to you. All right, we got the 5 of Cups coming out here. What else? Tell me more about the 5 of Cups. Why is this here? The Empress. So one thing that's coming through here is I'm picking up on somebody here who lost a pregnancy, lost a child, lost a pregnancy, or lost a child. And the Empress can represent Taurus energy. It represents Venus energy. Tell me some more about this. There's an opportunity for healing here around this. Ace of Pentacles, yep, a new start, a new beginning. Yeah, so I'm definitely feeling this for somebody as somebody who lost a child here. Perhaps one scenario that I'm picking up on here is that you perhaps were pregnant and you lost the pregnancy, but what I'm feeling is that it's like the loss here, there's a gain coming. So if somebody lost a pregnancy, I do feel like you're going to have another chance at it. If somebody lost a child here, I feel that there is something that you're gaining through that experience, whether this is wisdom, whether this is the healing that you're gaining through this. For some people, it's like a financial settlement or something. I don't know. And for anybody else, this could be also, I'm feeling like the loss of a job or an opportunity. The Empress represents that Taurus energy, that Venus energy. It can represent money, wealth, whatever it is that you lost here. You're setting up to gain something in the future. And that's not to negate the loss. And that's not to say like, oh, it didn't matter because you're getting something good is ultimately going to present itself as well. Some of these losses that we're talking about here are incredibly deep and incredibly painful. But there is some sort of there's some sort of turn, like a positive turn of events coming, I guess is the way that I'll say that. Lost yourself. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's definitely a way to look at this as well. And so if this is relating to that as well, Justine, the losing of the self, there's an energy of regaining the self here. And it's like whatever's going on, you're coming out stronger. And it's like Spirit's also saying, don't focus too much on what you don't have. Don't focus on too much on the thing that you lost, because you still have something, you know? Um, like, I feel like somebody who lost something, it's like you still, for instance, this is like, perhaps somebody who lost a child here, it's like you still have two. So it's like maybe you have, or if you have a job that you lost, maybe you still have a couple more. It's like that energy of, and I'm trying to say this without sounding insensitive. You know what I mean? Especially, like, I would never ever try to belittle the process of losing a child, right? By saying, well, you still have two. You know what I mean? Like, that's, no. That's, I am not meaning it the way that that sounds at all. But I'm saying, like, if that situation were going on, how much could we, how can you focus on the healing process and the family that you still have left? How can you become closer to them? How can you value them even more? If there are bridges that need to be mended there, is it the time to do that, right? Can we appreciate the loved ones that we still have? That's more the energy that I mean here when I say that. It's like, instead of focusing on what you lost, let it bring you into a deeper connection with who and what you have. All right. If this, for instance, is you got pregnant and you lost a child that way, for some of you, like I said, I think you're going to get pregnant again. But it could also be like, do you have a great relationship? Like, the two might not be that you have two kids already. It could be that you have two other things that bring great meaning to your life. Like, you have a great relationship and a great career, maybe, or whatever it is. And so focus and pour your energy into the things that you have, the people that you have, the things that matter. And you're going to see incredible blessings coming through. All right. And whatever is going on in people's lives right now, it's like there's an opportunity to turn that loss into a gain. Even if that gain is simply appreciation for everything else that you have, everything going on. All right, what else is going on here? Yeah, absolutely. As someone mentioned in the chat, it could be something like that as well. Like, losing a child or a family member or a loved one doesn't necessarily have to mean them transitioning. It could mean simply that they fell out of your life, and now perhaps there's a reconciliation. They're coming back around. It could absolutely mean that as well. Remember, things don't have to be literal. They can oftentimes be figurative as well. Although I do feel there's a literal, especially where that pregnancy was concerned, that feels like a literal thing for somebody. All right, so we got the King of Wands coming out here. Yes, so happy that you're with us, Justine. That's actually my middle name, Justine. All right, got the King of Wands and the Tower. Ooh, interesting. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands with the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This is interesting. Let's see. I'm going to clarify with this deck here. Let's get a clarification for the King of Wands. Clear. For some people, I feel like there's like a passionate decision here. A passionate decision that leads to a need to really a passionate choice, reaction, decision that causes you to really reevaluate things. And reevaluate what it is that it's like it puts things into perspective and shows you what you really care about, what really matters to you. Like a choice that you make One example that I'm seeing with this. Oh, that's awesome, Sarah. I love it. One situation that I'm seeing with this, for instance, is like if somebody were to perhaps cheat on a partner, like have an affair, they might realize through the process of that what they really wanted they had the whole time, right? They may see the value of their partner when this happens. When they stray from the relationship, it might give them a deeper appreciation for the person that they were in a relationship with in the first place. That's just an example that's coming to mind here. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm saying that if you were the person that was cheated on, that you should take this person back or forgive them. I'm just saying this could be the revelation that they're having and how they had it. All right, we got the Page of Wands here, making plans. Interesting. This also feels like, so that was one scenario. Another scenario in general that I'm feeling here for people is just like, hold on. Ooh, my throat's getting so scratchy. Hold on, let me get this back here again. This is like taking a risk. Perhaps a risk that wasn't very well thought out or well planned out, that didn't really work out, that didn't appear to work out in our favor. But yet it helped to reveal a deeper truth or something that needed to be realized or recognized. Whether that was just a powerful lesson was learned from it, or it revealed something and really caused the effect of this taking this risk, even though it didn't pan out, it didn't work out. It then allows you to really, like we said, once again, reprioritize, to look at things and decide, like, okay, it showed you what you really wanted. So it's almost like you went after the thing, you didn't get the thing, or you got the thing, but you realized that it wasn't quite what you were looking for. But now you know what you really do want. And Spirit's saying it's time to make the planning and go after it, because it's been revealed to you for a reason. This didn't work out for a reason, but it revealed to you what was meant to be revealed. And for some people, it's like you really had really high expectations of somebody or some situation. And there is a sense of disappointment when it didn't work out. And this could be like you had really high expectations of this job that you were trying to land. Then you landed the job, and now you're realizing it's, you know what I mean? It doesn't fit. It doesn't give you what you thought it was going to give you. This could be a relationship, right? This could be anything here. But this is also Spirit saying and reminding some people, like, be careful with this energy of having high expectations and comparing things or people to others. And it's like, see, like, allow yourself to see the truth in people and situations. It's like somebody put somebody up on a pedestal here, or somebody thought that a certain person, a certain job, a certain something was going to it was going to be like it was going to bring them happiness, it was going to bring them fulfillment, and you were kind of hedging all your bets on this thing, and there's like an emptiness when it didn't quite pan out that way. And it's almost like Spirit, like you're comparing what you have now to what you had, and it's coming up short. Or you're comparing the reality of the thing to the fantasy of the thing. And the fantasy does not, the reality doesn't match the fantasy, essentially. Checking out the oh, that's awesome, Eternal Light. Good manifesting. Oh, I love it, McKenna. And hello, welcome. Ooh, very nice. Let me know how that goes. Oh, that's so beautiful, Sarah and Justine. I love the synchronicity going on here. Hello, Solomon. Welcome, brother. You sure are, Eternal Light. Keep going. All right, what else do we have coming out here? We have the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a message here for somebody who's been trying to make a decision or at an impasse where you feel like there's no good choice or there's no good option, or it's been really difficult for you to make the choice. Like nothing, you're waiting for something to feel right. You're waiting for something to resonate, and just nothing has felt right yet. So you've been stuck in the stalemate kind of an energy with this really difficult choice or decision kind of looming over your head. Spirit's saying there's a lucky twist of fate on its way. There's something is going to shift. Something in the energy is going to shift that's going to allow you to make the decision, to know that you're making the decision that's right for you. And there's some sort of like positive, or it's like, you know the decision you have to make. And when you finally make it, there's a positive turn of events here as a result. And Ace of Pentacles coming out again, twice in two different decks. There's definitely new abundance coming in. For somebody where this is like a job decision or something like that, or whatever it is, whatever this choice or decision is, there's something really profitable, whether this is wealth, like financial abundance, or spiritual abundance, some type of abundance that's coming in here. So that's really beautiful message for somebody. All right, let's see. How are we going to close this reading here? New moon in Virgo. Let's get a couple classic moonology cards to close, I think. Clear. I love that. I'm open to receive everything I'm ready for. Clear. That's beautiful, right? Because that's all we want to receive, right? We don't want to receive anything we're not ready for. That's what divine timing's all about. We trust our higher self to determine for us what we're ready to receive and what we're not. And to prepare us, if we're not ready to receive all the blessings and all the things that we've asked for, we trust our higher self to prepare us by bringing through the opportunities, clear, for growth and advancement. Oh, guess these are switching sides here. All right. I just put my decks back in a different order than I usually do. All right, we're going to get a good old-fashioned moonology card or two to close the new moon reading here. Sarah, so all I want to say as far as starting a channel goes is the thing that kept me from doing anything in my life for the longest time was the belief that every idea out there had already been put into action, and every thought that could possibly be thought had already been thought, right? Every idea had already been created by somebody. So there was nothing new that I could add because it had already been done. And the truth is, it has already been done, quite likely, right? But has it already been done by you? Because you're going to do it in a way that nobody else can, because nobody else is you. All right. And so it's going to be different. It's going to be fresh because it's yours. If you are your authentic self, right? That's the caveat there. If you start a channel and you try to be like somebody else, you try to copy what somebody else does, and you hide your true energy, your true self, it probably won't be successful. But if you go on there and you be who you truly are, you be in your authenticity, you let your own original energy shine through, it will be successful because your energy will draw to you the people that will resonate and relate to you. You know, like my one of my old mentors, he always used to say that, like, we all do something, but we do it with our own unique energy. And he would tell me, you connect with people and you reach people that I can't reach. And the people that you reach people that you can't reach. And that's how it works. And that's how it goes. All right. And so absolutely do it, because nobody else is going to do it the same way that you are. All right. That's your magic. That's your magic. And that old thinking of it's already been done, why bother? That's the old self-defeating thought patterns that keep us all in lack, and that keep us all from taking action, right? And let us know when you do start a channel so we can all support you as well. Yes, do it. You do it. All of you do it. Clear. Get your voices and your energy out there, and we will support you. Yes, and then not only to let us know in the chat, but let us know on the Facebook group if you're part of the Facebook group as well, Cosmic Creators, and feel free to share your videos and stuff with us in there. Yes, Clown Atlas. There's a reason you keep hearing that. Third times that when you hear something 3 times or see something 3 times, that's a major sign to the energy of the 3. All right, let's get some closing messages and energy here. Yes, thank you all. It's time to shine. It's time to be seen, you guys. It's time to own your power and your magic and share that magic with the world. And happy birthday, Diana, by the way. A win-win outcome is forecast. All right, and full moon in Libra. Adjustments are required. The energy is gaining momentum and conclusions are within reach. Okay, so this is saying there is a win-win solution to or outcome to whatever it is that you are grappling with currently. But there are some adjustments that are going to need to be made, perhaps some compromises, first card being, of course, the full moon in Libra, some compromises that need to be reached. But when those adjustments, those compromises are made, both people can walk away feeling as though they are, if they're not getting, and this brings us back to the beginning theme of this reading, right? They may not feel like they're getting everything they want, but they will feel like they're getting everything that they need. All right. And that's what's important. All right. So if there's been an ongoing situation with somebody or something, know that once the compromises and the necessary adjustments are made, the energy will very quickly move towards some type of conclusion and solution. And there is a tough cycle ending right now. We've got full moon in Taurus and full moon in Capricorn. So lots of earth energy here. Remember, we have that grand earth trine during this new moon. And this is saying there is a powerful, tough cycle. We've been talking about karmic cycles and situations many, many lifetimes in, right, that are completing right now. The end is within sight, but you need to take the practical steps in order to, you have to take the actions necessary in order to close this out. There are steps and actions that are necessary on your end in order to complete things here. And for anybody who's been having a really tough time when it comes to, I'm really feeling this when it comes to career, finances, but it could be anything. Also self-love and self-worth if you've been on a journey of self-love and self-worth. There is an end to that in sight. If you've really been, and I'm really feeling this for somebody financially, you've really been stuck when it comes to that energy. There is an end to that, but it's saying like Whatever it is that you have been dreaming of, that you have been desiring, that you have been wanting, you need a practical plan as to where how you're going to get there. Like if somebody's been trying to get out of debt, for instance, what's the practical plan? What steps can you take on a daily basis, even so that you're spending, so that you're budgeting better, right? So that you're more aware of the money that you're spending, stuff like that, right? What are those little steps, those little practical things that you can do in order to assist yourself in this process? If it's just like you've been, whatever it is that you've been dreaming of doing, we had a great example here, organization, exactly, Eric, with wanting to start a new YouTube channel, right? What is the practical plan? What is the practical outline for how you can get that done now that the fear and the procrastination, right? Breaking past that, moving past that. You need to draw up a plan. You need to draw up a strategy, create a strategy, and create little down to earth things that you can do every day. Right? Remember, we talk about when we're shifting timelines and we're transitioning timelines, the most important thing is to take the actions that the person that you are wanting to, the person on the timeline that you're attempting to merge with, what do they do on a daily basis? How do they act? How do they think? How do they speak? All right. What are their habits? And you need to begin embodying that. And that's what shifts you and begins to align your energy with that. All right. And we have on the bottom of the deck, luck is on your side. All right. New moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, of course, being the energy of the traveler, the student, the gypsy. So really working on that energy of connecting with people, bringing in different ideas, different viewpoints, collaborations maybe. But it's all about that confidence. It's about having that confidence within yourself and cultivating that. And sometimes the only way to cultivate confidence is through taking action. All right. We don't walk through our fears, or we don't take the first step towards walking through our fears just by thinking about it. Right. It's an action. All right. We can't think ourselves out of our fears. The more we think, the bigger those fears become in our mind. All right. It's when we begin taking the action that we begin to shift that energy. You know, like for instance, when we talk about YouTube, I shared with a client the other day, like I was terrified when I first started making videos on YouTube. I was absolutely terrified, but I did it anyway. And I was super nervous. And then over time, I became less and less nervous. And now I'm not nervous at all when I hop on here with you guys. All right. But it took time. That was 3 years ago. All right. So it's just the act of doing it. Your mind tells you can't. They're all going to laugh at you, right? What if you fail? Aren't you more comfortable here? Isn't it safer not doing that? But it's like, as soon as you begin taking those steps and you do it a few times, your mind can't tell you can't do it anymore because you did it already. All right. So that narrative starts to change. Those belief systems start to shift. Clear. One bite at a time. Interesting. All right. Clear. Yeah, exactly, Diane. You just did it anyway, right? Clear. That's it. It's all about taking the action. And everything else will follow. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me today. Have a beautiful new moon in Virgo. This is a gorgeous energy. If we allow it to be, if we embrace if we take responsibility for our energy, if we really step up to the plate in the ways this moon is asking us to, we can set some powerful manifestations into action and really begin drawing some beautiful energies toward us, begin taking those actions to create just a beautiful experience moving forward. Yes, there are going to be challenges. Yes, there are going to be fears that come up, but we just keep going anyway, right? We continue moving forward. And we continue this to embrace this beautiful process of change, of transformation. One step at a time, one moon at a time, right, you guys? Thank you, Mystic Hillbilly. Great to see you again, beautiful. Exactly. We have got this. Isela, I don't think I said hello to you, beautiful. Hello. All right. So much gratitude for all of you. And yes, Justine, thank you so much. So glad that you were able to join us today, sister. Lori, hello, beautiful. I love that perfect divine timing there as well. I love you all so much. If I didn't get a chance to say hello, just know that I appreciate you so much, and I'm so glad that we're all here together. And Michael, definitely make sure that you keep me posted in your endeavors here. I'm interested to see what develops. All right, bye. Yeah, and also just so that everybody knows, if you're not aware, in the description box, it may not be in the description box of this video. Sometimes my live streams doesn't do it, but in all of my regular videos, my website and my email are linked. So if you want to do any one-on-one work with me, we had talked about the entity removal sessions. We talked about I don't know what else we talked about today, but the quantum healing, hypnosis, any of the different things that I do, any readings, astrology readings, tarot readings, Bell Vespita, angelic healing sessions, it's all on my website. So check that out if you feel called to. If you feel called to donate, there are links to do that as well. Just know that your beauty, your light, and your grace is as good as a donation, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Yes, absolutely. If you haven't liked this video yet, go ahead and do that, and share it with anyone that you think would enjoy this information. I will talk to you all very soon.